In example 3, we're going to evaluate 2x plus y when x is equal to 1/4 and y is equal to -3/2. So the first thing you're going to do is take this and plug it in for x, and take this and plug it in for y, and then it's just going to be a normal problem. So you've got 2x, or 2 times 1/4, and then you've got your y is -3/2. So usually when you have this, you would do multiplication first. So your 2 times 1/4 is going to be a half, because 2/4, because this is like 2 over 1. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 4 is 4, so 2/4 reduces to 1/2. So they got that. 2/4 is a half of a pie. And then plus a -3/2. So now we're back to where we were on the first example. You're going to subtract, because they're one of each sign, and then we're going to give it the bigger sign, which happens to be this one, negative. So your 1 plus a -3 is going to be -1. Because this is -2 over 2. -2 over 2 is -1. So that is your final answer. Example 4 is going to be a word problem. So we're going to go through that word problem in just a moment. Here it is. The table shows the annual profits in billions of dollars of a financial company from 2008 to 2012. Positive numbers represent gains. Negative numbers represent losses. Which statement describes the profit over the 5-year period? So basically we have 5 numbers here, and we want to know what it was overall, which means we have to add them all together, and then we have to decide if it's negative or positive. If the answer is negative, we'll have had C or D as a loss. If it is positive, we'll have had a gain of either A or B. So to determine whether there was a gain or loss, we have to add them all up or find the sum. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. So we're going to put them all in line here, -1.7 plus -4.75 plus 1.7 plus 0.85 plus 3.6. Just these numbers are ordered up. When you do that, we can reorganize them to do the positives and the negatives. So what they did is they moved this over here, and then they found that the negative and the positive made 0, and then they have this left. So then they've got the -0.475 plus your 0.85 plus your 3.6. What I would do is add these two together first, lining up the 3.6 above the 3, the point above the point, the 6 here, adding a 0 there. And then I would get 3. Oh, I think they did these two first. I would have done these two first and then subtracted. It doesn't matter what you do, but it looks like they did these two first, so they did a subtraction problem and got this, and then they added the 3.6. Either way you do it, you should get the same answer of -3/10. So the 5-year profit is -0.3 billion. So the company has a 5-year loss of 0.3 billion, and 0.3 billion is the same as 300 million. So it is a loss, and it is going to be the answer D. So it kind of is confusing because this is billions and this is millions. So that's where you can kind of mess up sometimes. No big deal either way. You don't have quite that difficult one on the test or quiz on Friday. So if you think you understand these two examples, you may go to the next page and try some on your own.